Morning, Mr. Reetz.
Good morning.
We're taking this time to just share a little bit about the Shasta program, and if you could, we're doing this fundraiser.
Sure.
And tell me a little about why this is important, and a little bit about yourself.
Well, I used to teach high school and middle school, and it, offered me a chance to kind of see which one I really wanted to get into. And, I picked the middle school because I felt like, in the first 3 years of beginners' time with instruments in their lives, I think if they get a really solid start, that they'll always have music with them forever. And, of course, that's one of the coolest things about music is it's a lifetime activity. Being a big fan of sports and everything like that too, I see a lot of people kind of do that through high school and maybe through college, and then there's some adult leagues to play on, but music is something that you can continue forever. And being a band teacher, so many people relent to me how much they regret quitting playing their instrument, or how much they regret not learning or taking up an instrument when they were younger. And so, I always try to share that with my students to continue forever. And it's, Elvin Jones played up until the day he died in his 90s.
Wow.
Some of these, it's amazing.
Tell me more about middle schoolers.
Well, middle schoolers like one of the more interesting ages, that 11 to 14-year-old age, where many young people, I'd say most young people, really start to identify with something and search for that. And a lot of times that identity follows them throughout life. And so getting something like music that's a really positive outlet, I think is really important, getting them into that. I know for myself, like I identified with music when I was about a sixth grader. I played music and been into it before that, but then it became part of who I was, an important part. I started hanging out with musicians and playing in more bands and, listening to more music and finding myself through it. With, a lot of the middle school students I see, there's kind of like some students are really successful at almost everything they do, and they just give me the information and I'm going to take it and run. And then there's a lot of other students that maybe haven't been super successful in academics, maybe haven't been super successful in sports, but all of a sudden they find this music thing and it's like their first big success in life. And probably my favorite moment in teaching, beyond the best performances we've had, is when I see a young person who hasn't had a real big success in life have their success in music, and then immediately they're able to transfer that to all the other areas of their life. And when I have a parent come in and say, we removed an 8-year ADHD diagnosis after this student got into music, and when I see kids' grades go from C averages up to A averages, and many of them contributed to their music and learning more how to work with the team. I think that's probably the biggest skill that they come out of it with, is like really, really, really powerful communication skills. And learning how to work with all these different people with different personalities, and so I see all the skills that they learn in that classroom just transfer to the rest of their lives, and that's probably my favorite part, especially in the development of a young child.
Well, I appreciate that insight with how you see the school and a little bit about the kids we have right now. So let's end this. Tell me a little bit about how this is all going to impact the future of next year's students and why we're doing this.
Sure. I think every arts program has relied on fundraising for years, and I know we always do fundraising every year here at the band program, and we are run almost entirely off of fundraised funds. But right now we're at a moment where it's been a long time since there's been a larger investment made into the band program. There's a need an unprecedented need that we're seeing in young students and needing help getting an instrument, maybe not able to get their own. And we have more school instruments checked out than ever before. And I can say every year that has increased, with, of course, decreased funding. But also there's all the specialty instruments that typically schools own because they're out of reach for young people to afford, such as tubas and baritone saxophones. Those instruments are thousands of dollars. While we have a decent selection of those specialty instruments, they're very much aging and requiring lots of maintenance and replacements at this point. And so we're trying to make an investment for a future, so the students that are coming here in 5 years will have those instruments.
So, Mr. Reetz, the bottom line, why are we doing this?
Well, one of the philosophies that I've had with the Shasta Band program is that money would never keep a child from the joys of playing music, and we can say successfully so far that we haven't had to turn a child down. Maybe they were not able to get their first choice instrument, maybe not even their second choice, but they've always been able to come into the program. And it really doesn't take a huge amount to keep one kid going on an instrument and to ensure that they're able to participate in band.
Well, thanks. I would say you're doing a great job, and I think the future is bright. I really do, and I appreciate the time and all the extra effort you've done after work, especially. I don't know, a lot of parents know how much time you put, and that's why I'm taking the time for you. It doesn't even match up to how much time you put for our children. So I appreciate the time, and I think this is going to be great. I know everyone out there wants the help, and they can reach out, and they could do it easily through this online campaign we're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.